Good afternoon, folks. It is the afternoon of October the 6th, 2021. And today I'd like to speak with you about authenticity and how to be true to your authentic self. People who are true, or who are being true to their authentic selves, don't belie their words with their actions, like Trudeau and Tofino. If he had actually meant what he had stated about truth and reconciliation, he wouldn't lie about what he's doing and would be serious about conducting himself in such a manner as the leader of this nation that would help reconcile the issue of First Nations place in the Dominion. So there's a larger question in this phenomenon. What is the function of faux morality and virtue signaling? Since it isn't genuine, it is not authentic, and since those engaging in these policies so readily belie their words with their actions, it's obvious that they don't actually believe what they're saying. No human being can live without a value structure. The elite are therefore not authentic or true to their own value structure, and since they are not true to their claimed value structure, the only thing that's left when you take away all the things that their actions belie is their constant need to hold on to power and control others. Power is the value they hold on to more than anything else. This has resulted in the politicization of all things. Things that are essentially not political issues become politicized when the power brokers are using every possible opportunity to take political advantage of the very dire issues that we're facing right now, not just in Canada, but throughout the entire Western world. For instance, the politicization of COVID-19, which I like to call the CCP virus. Benjamin Franklin had a famous quote. On September the 17th in 1787, delegates were leaving the Constitutional Convention in Independence Hall in Philadelphia. And as they exited, a woman asked Benjamin Franklin, "What kind of government do we have?" He replied, "A republic, madam, if you can keep it." For months, the delegates at the Constitutional Convention worked to devise a system of government that would keep the worst intentions of man in check. And the worst intentions of man are always hidden in his lust for power. This is why the US has a republic and Canada has a constitutional monarchy. Our laws have the same intent: to limit power-hungry, unvirtuous people from exercising too much power unconstitutionally. This is happening because in a postmodern society, critical theory has deliberately pathologized what was formerly known as bad behavior, or, if I may use a biblical phrase, sin, which means to miss the mark. If everything is a disease, if all bad behavior is a disease, then no one You can't make a person guilty of anything if the way that they're behaving is a result of an illness. And this is exactly what is happening on the part of our postmodern cultural elite. The pathologizing of immorality has led to an inadequate belief in and a naive attitude toward virtues and our ideas of good and evil. After all, if sin is a disease, then who can be guilty of anything? In order to correct the direction which society is headed, we must resurrect the firm conviction that man is a combination of good and evil. It runs through the hearts of all human beings, that desire for both good and evil. And that our aspirations to control others are invariably hidden under a guise of false morality. More than ever, we must work to return this nation to a proper understanding of and appreciation for the evil which resides in all of us if we are to pursue a virtuous government. Politically correct virtue signaling is the diametric opposite of and is ethically opposed to morality. I am talking about myself here, which is why, as a classical liberal, I know that I am not fit to tell anyone how they ought to live. If you think you are moral enough to do that, sufficiently benign that you can tell others how to live, remember where this idea led. To every totalitarian regime which has ever existed, namely that everything should reside within the state and nothing should be outside of the state. This absolute power, this quest for total control, is what led communist USSR, China, preceding Mao's guerrillas, Khmer Rouge in Cambodia, Vietnam, Yugoslavia, and as well fascist Germany to account for nearly 128 million deaths. If you think you are sufficiently moral that this time you will get total government right and that you will be benign toward others, you are completely deluded about the very nature of human nature, and you don't know who you are. You know, any fool can determine what's wrong, can tell what's wrong if you investigate. But it takes an expert to correct this problem. It is up to all of us to stand for virtue and morality and to recognize that constitutionally limited government is better than a pure democracy, because pure democracy invariably leads to mob rule and totalitarianism. Think about that, folks. You have a wonderful day.